今週のデジタルを受け入れるための建築的ディープダイブでは、見出しを超えてデジタルトランスフォーメーションを形成する建築的パターンを調査します。このエピソードでは、組織領域におけるガバナンスとコンプライアンスの課題に焦点を当てており、それが人工知能やサイバーセキュリティ全体にどのようなストレスを生み出しているかを探ります。私はダレン博士です。それでは分析に入っていきましょう。Today we'll dive into key governance and compliance challenges that affect leaders. Organizations face increasing threats from cyber attacks. They're also under pressure to comply with new regulations. The complexities of managing AI responsibly add another layer of difficulty. Rising geopolitical tensions can create significant security vulnerabilities. Meanwhile, consumer distrust is on the rise because of poor data practices. In this challenging landscape, a single misstep can harm reputations and finances. It's not about capability failure, it's about making strategic decisions. As leaders, your focus should be on aligning technologies with regulations. Fostering collaboration across sectors is essential. We're here to tackle these pressing issues and help maintain momentum in your transformation efforts. A clear pattern is emerging in decision-making failures. Recent reports show rising consumer distrust and increasing regulatory demands across many sectors. Cybersecurity threats, fueled by geopolitical tensions, are raising risks for organizations. This complicates compliance management significantly. As these dynamics change, decision-making for executives becomes riskier and slower. The ability to define compliance boundaries is shifting. Collaboration is now more vital than ever. Your team must understand these pressures to align with regulations and enhance data privacy. You may view this as a tooling issue, but the real problem is that governance frameworks are outdated. They aren't keeping up with emerging challenges. A lack of coordination across sectors weakens responses to threats. This leads to control gaps. It's clear that building a solid governance framework is necessary to tackle these challenges. In this environment, organizations face more scrutiny. Without proactive measures, reputational damage is inevitable. Speed without effective governance can lead to chaos. This is an organizational challenge. The strategic domain shapes decisions that match business goals, regulations, and ethics. First, unclear decision rights leave teams without direction. This creates compliance gaps that threaten organizational missions. Second, weak governance frameworks fail to rebuild consumer trust. This impacts brand reputation and customer loyalty. Third, inadequate responses to cybersecurity threats leave organizations vulnerable. This risks operational integrity. Take a recent example. A major financial institution faced criticism after a data breach exposed sensitive client information. This highlights the severe effects of governance failures. This issue goes beyond just tools. It's a broad decision-making failure affecting all levels of governance. Poor governance leads to slow reactions to compliance demands, impacting operational efficiency. Without strong governance frameworks, digital transformation efforts will struggle and innovation will stall. Executives need to focus on building cohesive governance structures that align technology strategies with control objectives. A solid governance plan is crucial for navigating complexities effectively. Reevaluating these structures is key to managing risks to strategic goals across all areas of the business. Concerns are rising about rogue AI agents acting beyond human control. These technologies bring serious ethical and safety challenges. If leaders don't address this shift, decision-making will become fragmented. This chaos leads to major compliance issues, undermining even the best AI initiatives. Organizations are feeling the stress from unclear governance structures. As AI capabilities grow, effective oversight and accountability are crucial. Managing these rapid advancements requires clear frameworks. This isn't just a tech issue, it reaches deep into governance and compliance. While teams focus on enhancing AI features, the real limitation often lies in weak governance processes. Without clear decision rights around AI, compliance suffers. causing operational breakdowns. To tackle this challenge, using a reference architecture can create clear accountability. This ensures responsible AI deployment, aligning innovation with compliance. Geopolitical tensions are increasing the risks of cyber-physical attacks. A recent alert warns us about the vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure. Ignoring this puts your organization at risk when facing cyber incidents. Without strong cybersecurity measures, significant threats emerge. Many view this as just a tech issue, but it's much deeper. Governance failures also impact operational integrity. When organizations underestimate these threats, approval processes slow down. This stunts their ability to respond to threats effectively. Strategically, both organizational and digital areas are under pressure. If we don't address this, it leads to fragmented compliance and governance. The important takeaway is that organizations often focus on technology alone. The real issue lies in inadequate governance. If roles and responsibilities for cybersecurity aren't clear, your organization faces operational failures. To strengthen your cybersecurity framework, clearly define decision rights. Knowing who is accountable for cyber defenses builds a more resilient operational structure. Organizational stress is clearly visible in data management. Recent reports show that AI applications are growing quickly, yet they often lack solid data governance frameworks. This gap raises the risks in project execution. If your team downplays this issue, project approvals might stall. Responsibilities can fragment, and accountability becomes unclear. Governance issues put pressure on both strategic and organizational levels. When decision rights around data management are vague, compliance failures can't be avoided. The lesson here is straightforward. Organizations tend to focus on improving AI functionality, yet the real issue is weak governance processes. Without clear responsibilities for data initiatives, compliance will fail. This compromises operational integrity. To address this risk, defining a reference architecture is crucial. It fosters accountability and encourages responsible data practices across the organization. A common theme stands out in our findings. There's a tension between compliance and operational agility. Organizations feel pressure to boost security while maintaining speed. This dynamic often leads to governance failures in data management. Projects can stall and accountability becomes unclear. One key issue to avoid is capability without decision rights. This often comes up when organizations launch AI projects without clear governance. We see it in both data management and cybersecurity challenges. These shortcomings show how vital it is to have clear ownership structures for better accountability. For your portfolio, ensure your initiatives define roles clearly. This will help reduce governance breakdowns. Decision rights need to be clear to support responsible innovation. Start by prioritizing ownership as the foundation of your governance structure. Leaders face some important choices. First, they can enhance data governance frameworks or stick with their current structures. Enhancing frameworks boosts compliance and accountability, but keeping things the same may lead to compliance failures. Next, leaders can define clear decision rights for AI initiatives or allow ambiguity in ownership. Clearly defining these rights promotes responsible innovation. Meanwhile, ambiguity can slow project progress. For your team, clarity builds accountability and drives results. Finally, leaders can prioritize cybersecurity investments in light of rising threats or choose to defer them. Prioritizing these investments protects critical infrastructure. On the other hand, deferring them increases vulnerability to attacks. These choices highlight the vital role of governance and risk management in your organization's strategy. The pattern is clear. Governance failures in data management often stem from unclear roles. As an architect, your job is to create decision clarity and alignment in your organization. Remember that major telecom incident? Stalled approvals led to delays in vital projects. So, for your next steering meeting, ask yourself, who really owns this decision? Take a moment to reflect on these governance needs as you prepare for next week's discussion. 今週のアーキテクチャの深掘りはこれで終了です。このエピソードを楽しんでいただけたら、 お好きなプラットフォームや YouTube で5つ星をつけてください。さらに進みたい方は Patreon で私たちのコミュニティに参加してください。Embracing Digital を探してください。次回まで私はダレン博士です。難しい質問をし続け、デジタル革命を受け入れ続けてください。